Hi, Internet. Hello. My name's Phil Kohler, and I have a very special Stream Friends stream lined up for you today. Being joined by my stream friends, Austin Walker.
Hey.
Janine Hawkins.
I would prefer if you called me Sea Onion.
Great.
Excuse me?
Sea Onion.
What then? What
Cross promotion.
Sea Onion.
Just call her.
It's cross promotion.
I don't know how to
good
say
for local
what you just
businesses.
said.
Sea Onion.
Just say the sounds that you think she said.
Janine Hawkins. And also a very special guest, Mr. Dan Teasdale.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good, Dan. Welcome to the stream. Dan,
Can I say, before we start anything, that I really appreciate... Listen, I have to get this out of the way right away.
Yeah.
The name of your studio is No Goblin. Yes. And I understand that what you mean is you want to have games that aren't like caught up with a bunch of lore bullshit, but more importantly, fuck gobbos. We are an anti-goblin stream here. We have this. Our chat can tell you that. So welcome aboard.
You know, early on, the stream's been running. You know what? About coming on a year and a half now. Mm-hmm. Early on into the stream's existence, we kind of, set our foot down and collectively and said, we're not okay with goblins. And this was before No Goblin as a studio existed, but I know when you got announced, it was something that we all kind of nodded our heads in approval, like, yeah. Yep.
But it makes sense. It's a normal human thing to not like goblins, and you're a terrible person if you like goblins. Like, it's I don't see where the controversy is here. I don't see how that makes me gaming's biggest asshole.
We call them gobbos here. We call them gobbos.
I also just realized I made a bunch of tweets this week about the grossness of fantasy racism. I'm the most hypocritical.
Yeah, you're
not all
part
goblins.
of the problem. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna play Roundabout. So Dan, this is your studio, as we mentioned, No Goblin. New studio. You guys have only existed for a little while now. This is your first game. What is there something you want to tell us about it before we start?
So this is No Goblin's first game. It's an open-world puzzle game where you're playing as a constantly revolving limousine. Can
I just this is something I noticed about the game. Limousines don't do that in real life.
Well, maybe in America, but where I'm from, I'm trying to give you guys culture about, outside of America.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Australia.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That makes sense. I've heard stories.
Land of the rotating limo.
Yeah. It's like the toilets. They flush differently, and also the limousines rotate differently down there as well.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
On Roundabout,
let's watch this.
Pal Giorgio, who teamed up with Mickey the mechanic, fell head over heels for Beth, and followed them both into the big city to strike it rich. Let's see what they're up to now, shall we?
So, actual FMV, which I approve of.
Actual FMV and amazing FMV cast as well. Like, we had our driver, Giorgio Manos, is played by Kate Welsh, who's over at ArenaNet on Guild Wars.
Yeah.
Actually, the first mission here, when you pick up Mickey the Mechanic, is going to be E from Microsoft, the guy who runs Xbox Live.
Oh, okay.
Just like this crazy cast that signed up for this, just, let's be honest, incredibly dumb game.
So I just blew up the car.
Yes, that'll happen a lot.
So I'm getting a hang here for the controls because I turned the game on to test it just to make sure it ran, but I haven't actually played much of any.
That is perfect because basically everyone needs to see you explode constantly as you learn how to rotate around things.
So first thing I'm gonna notice here is this limo's constantly rotating.
That's correct.
I've got the trigger here. The right trigger makes it speed up. It looks like A jumps, which, pretty standard for car-based games.
Right.
The jump button. I assume at some point you get a double jump, like all car games.
We can't confirm or deny double jump right now, but E3 is 2 weeks away. So.
Sure. Are there any other controls I should know about before let's go explore? Oh, you're kind of cutting out, Dan. I apologize.
So the Xbox will slow. That's your power up button, and you can change that around. Hey, watch it. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can.
I think it's better, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds better.
So how much of that did you get?
Something
X
about a power-up button.
Yeah, that is power up.
Okay. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be our first mission, as represented by the gold star here. I'm getting money, it looks like. Getting cash.
Cash money.
It has kind of like a Tony Hawk system for scoring, except instead of tricks, you're like picking up tokens and things like that, and instead of manuals, you're running over people.
I was gonna make a Tony Hawk scoring joke. I'm glad that's just accurate.
Just follow the arrow, Giorgio.
Great.
Man.
Alright, yep, we're running over people. You were
Oh, well.
not joking about that. And
100% serious.
So, like, by that system, what you mean is that you have combos, and running over people extends that combo, basically?
It extends the time you have on the
Right.
combo, and if you let it deplete, you'll get the money on the combo, and if you hit anything, then that chunk of money gets wiped out.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Like Phil is doing currently. Lots of
Exactly.
hitting things. Yeah, okay.
Demonstrating fantastically how to break combos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a professional.
You and me, kid.
You know, I get
We're
paid
gonna
for
be
this.
Stick with me, and this city will be yours inside of a week.
This city will be ours.
Just the man I need.
Oh, boy.
Got a job that only you're
That's what I've been telling. That's what I've been telling Austin.
Yeah, it is. Every night. Before bed.
So it's an open world, so you can go and buy property, and that'll give you money as well. Kind of a bit like Vice City.
Sure. It's Tony Hawk meets Vice City. That person just screamed, "This is the third time in a week." I don't know what they meant exactly, but I know that. What's the name of this city?
This is the city of Roundabout. Right now, you're actually in like the central city area. There's also some suburbs and some mountains as well that kind of connect to make this big world map.
I'm willing to say this place is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's not very well designed. It's like the Boston of virtual cities.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
my wingman. It's time for us
Oh
to
my-
road.
So that's Sylvain Dabrowski, lead designer on Peggle 2.
This is it'll be driving through
You've actually just started a mission that we actually just cut from the game, so this is kind of exclusive stream content.
Great.
Exclusive.
This
Yeah,
one you
so quick, flash the exclusive thing.
Yeah.
You got that ready, right?
Or
Yeah.
the friend zone one, whichever one's handy.
Yeah, whichever.
Um,
The friend zone is pretty exclusive.
why did this get cut from the game? What's the
we
problem
have-
with this mission that I'm on?
So we have a bunch of side missions, as well as the story
Nice.
missions that you can do, and they're meant to be sort of replayable, fun things, kind of like the trials activities. This one, the one you played, was a streak one, and it just wasn't very fun. Like we wanted to try and have some stuff to have scoring system
Sure.
based goals, and it ends too early, and you don't really have a sense of what's going on. So we ended up killing it. We did replace it though with a farming mission where you have to go through and farm crops with your limousine. So
Oh, great.
So we've increased the fun and pandered to the Steam audience.
Well, that's also true to life. That's how you guys do a lot of your farming down under, from what I
It's true.
understand. A lot of limo farming. So
Limo
that's
farming, a
great.
lot of kangaroo herding is the same.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, it's true to life.
So Dan, who do you see? I mean, as an open world game here, who do you see as your prime competition in this? Is this?
I can
You know,
make
this-
my car shrink.
You joke about the
That's-
prime competition thing, but this is something I actually have to do when I do like Microsoft content submission and things like that. It's
Yeah.
like, list your 5 nearest competitors, and it's I have a hard enough time trying to fill out like genre in this.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so like I put down like Kurin from the GBA.
Sure.
Tony Hawk, I guess.
I guess.
Sure.
The person, not the game series.
So Mr. Mosquito, that's a game.
Yeah, it's also sure. I mean, that is tonally; those are definitely things here, right? Like when you understand that the game is a big part of the draw here for me, anyway. Not that the jumping limo isn't, but like the kind of quirky, fun, ridiculous absurdity happening here. Like, yeah, there is sort of a Mr. Mosquito thing happening here. I am totally seeing that.
It's the Octodad of revolving
Yes.
limousine games.
Octodad should definitely be on that list. Yeah.
Panzer Snack in the chat points out, please vote for the game on Steam Greenlight. So if somebody could throw a link in.
The URL is greenlightthunderdome.com, and that'll take you to our Greenlight page.
That's really good.
It's our hell. It's our living hell that we're experiencing.
Yep.
200 odd days and counting.
No,
Jordan
I've
linked it.
heard.
If you click on Jordan's link, that'll take you to the Greenlight page.
Stream friend Jordan Mallory knows all about
Yeah.
Greenlight hell.
Yeah, we are Greenlight bros essentially. We're both trapped in there together.
Yeah, that place is a mess. I hope we survive.
So we didn't talk about this, but this I really like this screen for
Oh yes.
for switching your thing.
So the game's set in 1977, so we're trying to theme a lot of the UI and a lot of things in the world to feel like they're from that era. So yeah,
Right.
parts catalogs. We have customization over to the right, and you can just get like a mail order catalog to buy hats and horns and things like that.
So, okay, and you can actually pull up the map here. It's a nice looking map.
Mm-hmm. I like the dump passenger option. You could have worded that many different ways. You guys chose the right way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It immediately evokes how many times I wished I could just leave someone in Crazy Taxi on the side of the road because they were being
Yeah.
unrealistic.
So so the next mission for you is the one that's blinking on the mini map. If you want to, I mean,
I
you
think
keep,
I mean, I'm really.
Yeah,
keep
we
running
lost
over people. I don't want to stop you. I don't want to stop you from enjoying the game. But
I
in
blew
case
up,
you're
so
wondering.
we're back on track. We're back where we need to be. I will head in that general direction.
So one thing we announced yesterday, huge high-profile announcement, is there are hats in the game. We showed the first hat, which is a golden corgi that you can put on top of the limousine.
Oh, and you put the hats on the limousine.
Yeah,
Is it like a hood ornament or like directly on top of the limousine?
directly on top of the limousine.
Oh, that's way better.
And if we get greenlit in enough time before we release, we're going to open it up to Steam Workshop as well. So you'll be able to put in your own assets into the game and have them as hats.
That person was wearing bullets.
Yeah, that's actually,
1977 was a rough time, man.
that's actually one of the most contentious things that Panzer and I were debating during the FMV shoot. Is that I don't think she's kind of a protester, but she's kind of an ineffective protester, and so she has this bandolier, but she never has a gun, and for the longest time I was like, that doesn't make any sense, and Panzer's like, no, that makes perfect sense. You need to make sure she has a bandolier and never has a gun.
I think I like that a lot, actually.
She's just very
Makes perfect
prepared.
sense. Exactly.
What if she gets a gun and you wouldn't have any bullets, you know?
Why did I get rid of my shrinking power?
Yeah, that seemed really useful. So are those the sorts of challenges we should expect to see throughout? Like that sort of like maneuvering the giant spinning thing through a very narrow corridor? Is that the kind of one of the big challenge sets?
That's kind of like our core gameplay is navigating around the spinning and moving at the same time. So it's kind of like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time. And then we have a bunch of other stuff on top of that as well. Like we'll probably meet Jeffrey the Skeleton later on in this demo, voiced by Medibot, the king of Esports.
Oh, nice.
Sure.
And that in that mission, you're running a triathlon, but the only way to win is to run over all the people in the triathlon.
Thanks so much. We did good today. We did a real good thing.
We did a real good thing.
So this, and you know, we're seeing bits and pieces of that, but we're coming into the game in the middle. So like, tell us a little bit about the epic plot.
The epic plot. So a lot of time, like we've been doing press and stuff for this game, people have been going, "Oh, what's the story? You guys have any story?" And we actually do have a story to this game. It's kind of the behind the music of revolving limousine drivers. So throughout this story, you're learning about the rise and fall of Giorgio Manos, who's our limousine driver. So this section you guys are playing through right now is kind of the middle of the game. So Giorgio is famous for revolving. People have started revolving as well, kind of copycats. And you've seen like the ascent where it kind of starts to go off the deep end. goes into drugs, things like that. It kind of gets a little crazy, but I'll save that for as you guys play on.
I mean, it's not it's not shocking. It's a story we've all heard a million times.
Right.
No,
Somebody becomes big as a revolving limousine driver.
Right.
They get into drugs. They get. It's, it's a
I'm
classic.
thrilled that we're getting the inside scoop now. For years I'd heard the myths, the kind of like urban legends about the revolving limo drivers, and like now to have the truth here in an interactive documentary is it's a dream come true.
No, it's
And
kind
a
of
lot
like
more honest too, not
Yeah.
like those reality TV shows with the revolving limos where they're
Don't even get me started.
they're really playing up a character for the camera just to try and
I mean, there's only so much you can get from reading Wikipedia on this stuff, and so I think you really need to see it in context to understand like how big a deal revolving limousines were in 1977.
I gotta say, Kate's acting is just
It's amazing, right?
incredible.
Yeah.
Especially just the passion with which she says her lines.
No, that's the main acting ability.
Yeah.
But we actually have 2.5 hours of her doing different variations on turns. We wrote out a full script for this, and then for each time she turned, we had a turn with a very specific reaction. So it's like turn, but look like you've been caught out in a lie, and you feel a little guilty about this lie. So like we had like a whole page of just like all of these different turns, and then she's doing that ×2 again in a couple of weeks before we finish up all of our recording. So if you ever need like a library of Kate turning around and looking at something, like we're set.
Do I ever?
We're gonna put that up on the Unity Asset Store, and you'll see that like go through games in the future.
Phil, you're ranked #1 worldwide.
I know.
Man.
I'm really good at this game.
Oh, I'm so happy you made it out to the city.
As am I.
So this is our introduction to Ronaldo, which is kind of our villain.
Is this that Ronaldo guy that you
Oh.
were telling me about?
Ronaldo.
How does he even hear what
Voiced by
I'm saying?
Psychedelic Eyeball.
Important right now, young mademoiselle. What is important is that your revolving amour is trespassing on Ronaldo country.
Hey, Giorgio invented revolving. You think stealing is gonna achieve anything? You'll never be as good as Giorgio.
Oh, I'm already the best, and I'll prove it. Just try and beat me to upper roundabout.
you should find that guy's garage and then just pop all his tires.
Teach this
Problem solved.
turkey.
Man, I have to rewrite the entire script now. Oh.
So then let me ask you a semi-serious question. So when you guys announced No Goblin, oh my god, I was excited about the prospect of the way that you guys kind of announced yourself as we want to make games that are dealing with stuff other than just like the traditional like fantasy sci-fi shit that we see in every game.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this situation, this is very different from that, but it's very very silly. Do you see you guys as a studio that's probably going to continue doing silly things, or do you think you could end up doing like more serious games as well?
Probably silly things. Like we have a couple of ideas that are a little more serious, but also fit into that kind of thing we talked about when we announced our company of like being very mechanic driven and being very original and not sci-fi fantasy goblin stuff. But like we have a pitch board that we write our ideas down on, and like 80% of them are like Pet Court or RB Simulator and things like that.
Oh, Pet Court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As someone who's been in Pet Court a bunch, let me tell you that that should be a game. That should be a game.
For the
I'm
longest time,
surprised it's not already. There's
yeah.
no
For the longest
joke.
time, that was on the board, and I forgot what it was. And for about a year, I had no idea what it was. I know what it is now. It's not a Phoenix Wright game, but I can't tell you because we may actually make it.
Sure.
No joke though, there is a game, I don't remember if it's for the DS or for the 3DS, where you run a hotel for royal animals.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Sounds great.
It's a real thing, you can get it right now.
I have to leave for some reason very quickly.
If you hear butlers and meowing, it's not me.
So I don't know if you noticed before, but the actor for this is probably the best actor we have in the entire game. The guy who this is his name's Danny Stevens, and he's an Australian who is a soccer player, and really just A+ acting all around. You'll see it when you finish the mission.
Sure, absolutely. So in your ideas that you guys have for games, oh, look at all these.
Oh man.
I just like, get the ball in any of those. I understand how soccer works.
Yeah.
And the ideas for games. Do you have any ideas that involve like swords or laser guns, goblins maybe?
We love a traditional goblin here.
So far, it's just not the type of stuff that I'm interested in. I would really like.
You are a dead set legend.
We have this problem of, so we needed a logo, and our name is No Goblin, and we realized we had to have a goblin in the logo of our No Goblin company, and so Panzer made this amazing goblin called Dorcas, who's our company logo, and everyone loves Dorcas because he's awesome, and so we're kind of in this problem of maybe we should make something with Dorcas in it, but then we're literally making a goblin game at that point. But yeah, maybe when we sell out to EA, maybe that'll be our game.
I mean, you just have to give him another identity, like a pet lawyer or something.
Dorcas Malorcas, pet lawyer. I like it.
So
just never address the fact he's a goblin. Just don't even bring it up.
Hey, you! Did you tell Mickey that we were going to be driving up here? Yeah, I thought so. He's been calling me all day trying to figure out where you are. Come on, let's head back down to the city and find out what's up. I'll come with you. There's a back way you can take through the hills. I'll show you where to go.
So I like that there's platforming mixed in with this.
Yeah, there's a bunch of verticality to the game.
I was not expecting that going in. And
so
I'm
Crackdown is another one of your major competitors then?
Sorry, what did you say?
Crackdown is another one of your major competitors?
Yeah, Crackdown obviously is a huge inspiration. GoldenEye, of course.
Sure.
Why not? Let's just throw everything in.
Yeah. Scratty B in the chat says, I like all the detail on the various actors in the limo, but you haven't said who's playing the actual limo.
But we need to keep some reveals for launch. Like, you don't want to blow your hand on your exclusive reveals.
Sure.
I cannot confirm or deny it's Gilbert Godfrey.
Great.
If you need a Gilbert Godfrey, I know a guy.
It's actually when Giorgio turns around, it's just Gilbert Godfrey's voice. We just haven't put it in the build yet.
Oh,
I didn't. Oh. I think the car just blew up there because it was sad.
It's true. We emulated the emotion engine for this game,
Sure.
So it's
yeah. That was really.
Sims, does the limo have moodlets? If it witnesses a death, it gets sad for 2 days.
You have like a
AKA forever.
Forever.
Bad bar, and so you have to increase your reputation to make sure the limo doesn't get sad.
Purple Fem says Phil Kohler, King of Reviewers. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I am King of Reviewers. That's true. So is this the whole map? Is this the only map? Are there other areas that you go to?
So this is about a third of the area. If you bring the map up again, you can see there's those little highways jutting off to the right and the top right. Those lead to 2 more areas that are a little bigger than this area right now.
Sure.
And you can drive between all of them as well. We're just kind of keeping each sort of area focused at the moment.
Are there's tunnels on that map? Are those actual tunnels, or are those just on the map?
Those are actual tunnels, so you can drive to those tunnels to get to different places, and there's also shortcut ones as well, so you can unlock shortcuts to go from the lower area to the upper area in the city, for example.
Nice.
I'm really good at this.
Nice.
I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
I'm really good at video games.
I mean, to be fair, though, Phil, you live in San Francisco. When was the last time you drove your revolving limo? It's probably been years.
I mean, in San Francisco, Tech Boom, we have people who drive the revolving limos for us.
I mean, can you even get out? Do you have like protesters like outside your revolving limo just stopping you from leaving?
I guess probably we would.
Oh man.
I mean, you just have to use that app
guys-
that everyone call up Twist with a Y.
Twist
And then
with a
they'll
Y,
pick you up.
right? Yep.
They got your back.
That's some good disruption, Janine.
No, but really, get me a trademark lawyer.
I can't find this crate anywhere. Try the other side of the dock.
I don't think we can trademark that until we come up with a good rotation-based alternative to Uber.
Good.
It's tough.
Leo better
It's
be
tougher.
right about this. Okay, kid, get us out of here. I got work to do.
Man, these docks.
I think the
rough.
thing that I'm most impressed by, and so I know Kate who is playing the Giorgio. I know her personally, and I don't think she's ever driven a revolving limo in her life. But based off this performance, it would seem like almost like she's been destined to. You know?
It's very convincing, isn't it?
I know
Especially
she,
I
she's
buy
like
it.
method acting, like she did some limo rotationals.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
the thing that makes it even more impressive is that she's actually filming inside of a police car, so she doesn't even have the limo to draw as inspiration at this point.
It's dedication, you know.
Limo
Yeah.
rotational sounds like a weird exercise program. Oh yeah, I just.
Yeah, we found out when we were doing all of our FMV shooting that apparently you can't just rent a limousine to drive around. That's not a thing that happens.
Why did he call me Cheese Weasel? It's not very.
It's a complimentary 70s term, I'll have you know.
In
yeah, I
Australia,
think I've heard
or-
some shit about like limo drivers having a racket. So it doesn't
Probably.
surprise me that you can't just rent a limo, because then like why wouldn't you like
You can,
you know
rent
a
it.
limo for prom instead of just hiring
Yeah.
one?
Right.
You can rent a decommissioned police car though, which is what we ended up doing.
That's
It's messed up that you can do one of those.
Yeah.
that's weird.
Oh boy.
It's really fun driving a decommissioned police car on the highway because nobody passes you. So you can do like 50 on like I-5 all the way up through Seattle, and like you just basically block
man.
the highway.
Phil, you have a really high combo. I can't watch this anymore.
Don't worry, I'm
Alright.
about to lose it.
I think he paid off. I think he got it.
There we go.
Cool.
Nice.
That's so Dark Souls, another one of your inspirations. I can tell.
This is the Dark Souls of rotating limousine games.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like today's rotating limousine games have just gotten so much more just easy. You know, they
Yeah.
really lost the challenge that the old classic rotating limousine games have.
It's
and
just that I don't think they respect the player.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I need to do QTEs to revolve my limousine. I think that's kind of it's a little cheap.
Yeah.
Darcylon asks, what is that statue called?
That statue is the Ryan Davis Memorial Statue. We actually got a giant bomb guy to model it for us, and it turned out he was the lead artist on Ghost Rider and the Resident Evil movies.
Jeez.
And it's like this ridiculous. It's like, hey, can you model Ryan as the Statue of Liberty for us? And he gave us that, which is like absolutely amazing.
People in the chat, of course, saying China don't care.
Yeah.
Just gonna jump around up here, see what's happening.
Yeah, you know, some new construction. It's nice to see that the city of Roundabout is expanding. You know.
Yeah, it's a
Probably
city on
just
the
more.
ground.
It's just more fucking condos, though. You know, it's rich people.
Phil, we don't need your class warfare on this stream.
I just listen. I love the city of Roundabout. I grew up here, and I'm just sad to see the city falling prey to all of this.
I heard the libertarian stuff going on earlier. I know
Okay.
where this is going.
Don't. Listen, I understand you have a product to sell. I will not throw that up for you. I promise.
Here, I need to get.
That was a weird stream about dresses, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Welcome to Stream Friends. We talk politics and cute dresses. And weird horror games and other things.
Oh, I was gonna take the pills.
Should have taken the pills.
Yeah. Take the pills and meet our friend Jeffrey.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hello, Giorgio. No bones about it. I'm excited to see you. I'm already running behind in the Roundabout Triathlon. Quick, get me to the front of the pack.
Oh boy! Wow. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So Jeffrey is voiced by Medibot, who's actually in the chat right now. If you have any skeleton or Yoshi's Cookie related questions.
I always have Yoshi's Cookie related questions, just in case.
So this mission's a little rough.
Rod, I'm a huge fan of yours. I love you.
But you want to go and get the boat upgrade from the Limerana here.
Yeah. That makes sense, because it's a triathlon.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I looked up what a triathlon was.
That's good research, you know?
Yeah.
That's commitment to the product.
Attention to detail. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what separates No Goblin from competitors.
Yeah.
Real good skeleton puns going on here.
I only have one skeleton pun. And I reuse it.
Some
everywhere.
real good
Yeah.
skeleton pun going on here. The same pun over and over again.
Acclaimed designer of skeleton puns, Dan Teasdale.
Pun designer is definitely a job to have. That's really...
I bet that job would be really stressful.
It's more of a G-up job, but maybe one
Yeah,
day.
it sure is. Definitely. Geop is my favorite pun designer. Whoa.
Excuse me, but please do run everyone over.
So now you have to run over everyone so that you can.
I like how
Nice.
the
Yep.
skeleton was very very nice there. He said, "Excuse me, but please do run everyone over."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame him. Skeletons don't have tendons and muscles and stuff, and all those runners would probably just make him feel bad.
It's always nice to be polite.
Genetic scientist says, but yeah, or sorry, that wasn't actually who, where, what? The thing I was
That
going to
was
read.
genetic scientist, yeah.
Okay, no, sorry, I was actually Blastoise, is who I wanted to read, who said, I'm really glad the dialogue doesn't get interrupted when you blow up. Interrupted dialogue is the worst. And yeah, that is one of those really good design decisions here, where it gives you that really snappy feeling, from what I can tell, where like the play doesn't actually stop and sort of a
Yeah, it just kind of keeps going real fast.
Way.
Yeah, we didn't want to have anything where you have to like roll back or lose progress or anything like that. So we wanted to make death super fun and easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
But to take into account also the not stopping the dialogue is wise.
Yeah, to have priority for certain things.
Yeah.
USA. Wait, where am I going?
Just roll on out. Yep.
ZTI says, "Oh, they're not called pun designers, Austin. They prefer to be called pundamentalists."
Right.
Can you ban that guy from the stream?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wow, kid, that stunt you pulled at the triathlon is all.
That stunt you pulled at the triathlon, as in murdering everyone.
We can't leave them on the road.
Oh,
but I have
boy.
something better than roads. Head to the bottom.
All right.
So one thing I should mention as well, since we have Medibot in the chat, is that we have an esports mode in the game. It's an esports speedrun mode that you can launch from our challenges menu, and it does a official esports timer, and it puts the game in an esports mode that turns off all the movies and auto activates missions, and also records your complete time. So
That's really cool.
So you can do you basically compete on speed runs and have a speed run like dedicated leaderboard, which is something I've wanted to do for a while.
Yeah, that's awesome. I felt also.
Geop must have felt the puns because he's just
Showed up.
It's like the bat signal. You say like 5 puns, Geoff shows up.
Pun sense was tingling.
Yeah.
If you say the puns into the mirror backwards 3 times.
Uh-huh.
Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this happen.
You got this. I believe in you.
No!
I believe in you slightly less.
That's fair.
Here's a thing that I've wanted to say for a little while now, and I keep not saying it because I'm worried it will sound
Hold on.
stupid and wrong.
I have a feeling like this is just going to be not even related to the game. Like you're just like, Phil,
No,
I
it's
hate you.
totally
That's what I wanted to say for a while now.
If there's one thing that
There's
this
nothing-
game deserves, it's serious questions.
It has nothing to do with politics or Sea Onion or Gilbert Gottfried. Something about this reminds me of Cat Mario. Am I crazy?
What?
Cat
There's-
Mario?
I forget what the actual name of that game is called. Everyone, it's colloquially known as Cat
You're not
Mario.
talking about the Cat Mario suit in Mario. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the unofficial Japanese Cat Mario. That weird, like, Mario messed up.
What
mean
about this
Roma
could
had?
remind you?
The fact that there's a lot of really fast trial and error that ends explosively. It's way less punishing than that, obviously, because it just starts you right back up.
Cat Mario is a
weird-
Massacre platformer.
I guess
What's
I
the
could see
actual
like
name of that game? It's driving me crazy. Anyone
Good
know?
question.
This is the problem when you start calling a thing Cat Mario, is people, even if they know the other name, are just going to want to call it that 'cause it's adorable.
The problem with Cat Mario is now I need to know what Cat Mario is.
Janetta Scientist says this game reminds me of Katamari in the best way, which I think that's
it.
a pretty good.
Shoban Action is the name of the game that
Right.
you're calling Cat Mario.
Right. Shoban Action and Shoban Action 2.
Right?
And maybe 3, I don't remember.
Emotional Hobo in the chat says, What did I just walk in on?
This is the world esport record for Cat Mario. Right now, Cat Mario is in the limo. It's a Japanese thing.
Practicing for Summer Games Done Quick.
Yeah.
We will be headed there soon.
Oh man, I would be really interested in seeing some speedruns of this.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea for a mode. Like,
yeah,
this seems like the kind of game that really that will reward people who are actually good at it.
Yeah, it's
like
it's
in the sense that it will look super cool.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that we've made it so that like if you suck at games like Phil, you can still like get through the game, okay? But if like
hold on, I'm not getting through the game, okay? Look at that, I just blew up.
Like if you want to see the story, you can go through and do the story, and we have a bunch of collection stuff, so you can go through and like collect money and things. But there's a very deep scoring system, and we have like all of the esports stuff there. So if you want to like spend a ton of time in there, we have the stuff to support it.
Right.
Listen, I know we're talking about how I suck at the game, but could we just take a moment to point out and remember that I am ranked #1 globally on the leaderboards?
This is true.
That's true. There is no one on the leaderboards, so that is pretty good.
Ranked
There's-
#1.
I was
Phil
gonna
is on
say,
the
I
leaderboards.
was gonna ask if the leaderboards were even like online, or if that was just like a local thing right now.
In this build, it's local. I actually hooked up our leaderboard stuff last week, so there is no longer.
Okay.
You can no longer be first in the world at this game unless you're me at the moment. That's the only reason I make video games, is so that I can be first in the world for a little bit of time, and then
Just
that
a
disappears
little while.
5 minutes in.
People in the chat are reminding us that if you're just joining us, you should definitely go to greenlightthunderdome.com. There are links in the chat so that you can vote for Roundabout to get through the Greenlight process, the hellish, demonic Greenlight process.
Please help us escape the Thunderdome. It is terrible.
Oh no, why did I go so far away?
And also, Jordan, you should link your Greenlight as well so people can vote for it while they're there.
I think Jordan's in the bathroom.
Oh, well, I guess this game doesn't get greenlit then.
I think.
I mean,
he
yeah, that really,
was
he's the
to
one who fucked up there.
but I
Yeah.
don't know if he
The thing is, I do think he does have his computer, and I do expect that he will type momentarily from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Wash your hands, Jordan.
But yeah, Greenlight is a hellscape that we are stuck in, and we refuse to pay people to vote for us because we have morals, and so we would
Right.
just like people to
Is
vote
that a
for
thing
us.
people do?
Oh yeah, that's how you get through Greenlight now. It's called in the mobile world. It's called paid user acquisition. But
Sure,
basically,
yeah, and I've heard of that in mobile to get to like the top of the app charts or whatever, so that other people see it, right?
yeah, but it's basically either they do paid UA to get votes, or we'll give you our game for free if you vote for us. So they give away like 20,000 copies of their game to get through. But we have morals here at No Goblin. We don't want to see gaming fall into a cesspool, so we just
it's clear that you have
beg
morals.
shamelessly on streams instead.
It's clear that you have morals because you're, no goblins. You're avoiding gobbos. You must have some morals.
I'm trying to set an example for a future generation. No gobbos, no paid UA.
This is your campaign for election?
Yes. Vote me. I am underage and not an American citizen, but president.
Giab says, Roundabout is stuck in the Thunderdome. It must do battle with Mad Mac, the rotating 18-wheeler.
Oh my god, Gio.
Yeah.
I wish we had enough money to hire Gio up as our fundamentalist.
Oh, Christ.
Panzer is yelling at me, like furiously waving her arms, saying that she's going to quit again.
So how big of a studio is No Goblin?
We're a two-person studio right now. It's myself and Panzer. We actually have Beagle, my brother, is helping out with video. He's you might know him from Shack Tactical and the Iron Man Impossible YouTube LP stuff.
Sure.
And then we tricked all of our friends to act in the game, which was nice. But besides that, it's basically us two plus my brother basically churning out this open world game.
That's pretty awesome. I had no idea. I knew it was a tiny studio, but I didn't realize it was that tiny.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, especially like when we're organizing for E3 right now, and people kind of expect that we have a team of people we can send.
Right.
It's like, no, it's just me. I'm gonna be there. Come say hi.
You've probably got a giant booth next to the Activision booth, just a giant massive real life rotating limousine. Light fireworks show.
Yeah, exactly. 50 Cent's coming by on Thursday, so come by. He'll sign.
Nice.
No expense spared at No Goblin, which is why I'm only going for 2 days.
That's fair.
Man,
as long as one of those days is the day that 50 Cent is there, I think that's...
Yeah. Yep.
I was so cocky before, like a month or two ago. Like, we're not going to E3. We don't have to go to that crazy crap show. And then we're like, hey, we're going to E3. Isn't it great? It's wonderful.
I'm really bad at this, it turns out.
Phil. I'm just upset because we spent all that money on rotating limo courses for you. And now I'm thinking maybe you didn't take those classes seriously.
I just want you to know that, all the money we've made off this stream, all the money that people have given us, all the money that we've made from ads, we spent, probably 3/4 of that on those rotating limo classes?
And the rest we spent on paid user acquisition. Stream friends. So.
Which were clearly really paid off for us.
Oh, fuck. We're all gonna die poor. Happy though, which
welcome to Street Friends. Is a really upbeat experience.
It's always a fun time on Stream Friends.
This is why I see why you'd want us to play your game, because we're so positive.
No, it's like PewDiePie called and he was like, look, Dan, I really want to do your stream. I promise I won't face cam, I won't scream, let's do it. I was like, no, I'm
he
sorry.
He didn't promise that.
Oh no, my ruse is blown.
I believed it right up until you said that he promised that.
Yeah.
Here's my question. I'm looking at the Greenlight page, and I just want to comment first of all that I don't know why every game doesn't do amazing animated thumbnail things, because that looks so good and conveys what the game is about so clearly. My question though, and I noticed this isn't mentioned anywhere on the Greenlight page, if people, when pre-orders are a thing, pre-order this game, do they get access to Giorgio's iconic cap? Or is that only in the GameStop collector's edition.
We had limited it to European territories, but
I see.
So you can actually pre-order Roundabout right now. You can go to roundaboutgame.com. We have a special discount price right now. It's going to be $15 when we launch, but you can get it now for $10. That gets you a copy on Humble. It's all through Humble Bundle right now. And that'll also get you a Steam key when we escape the Thunderdome. And it also gets you a bunch of special edition features. So you get a digital art book, the soundtrack. You also get a thing that's called Giorgio Cam. And what that is was it originally started out as an April Fool's joke, which is first-person Roundabout. And
Does
so
it have Oculus support?
that is the question people ask us every time. And I don't think I can afford the liability insurance for Oculus.
Sure.
But but if you want to have straight, standard, non-Oculus, first-person revolving limousine, that'll be in the pre-order build as a special thanks for pre-ordering.
It sounds like you're doing.
Yeah.
Nice.
It sounds like you're doing the opposite of paid user acquisition, which, I mean, listen, we'll see how it goes.
I'm paying people to go away from the game.
But they pay you to get closer, which it's a more
Some people
traditional.
call it purchasing.
It's experimental. We'll see.
I really like the explosion of cash when you buy a property.
So there's a bug in this build right now. If you go back to the Wharf, you can. It's actually removed from the current build, but when you purchase a property, you go back to collect it like in Vice City. But you can mash the button in this build, so you can just have raining money everywhere.
I like this. I want to try it.
Okay.
Jordan Mallory in the chat says the Greenlight.
We're rich. We're not actually getting any money, but we're rich. Don't remove this. This is the best.
No, I've removed it. I'm sorry. This game isn't about fun things. It's removed.
Right, Dark Souls. Remember?
Yeah.
Jordan in the chat says the Greenlight analytics is literally a pile of sand, and it is impossible to ever tell how you're doing. So please vote for them.
Literally a pile of sand.
So on our you might have seen this on my Twitter. On our Greenlight analytics, it says we just lost votes. We had an entire day of votes just disappear, and they've gone from our vote count.
Well, that's what we call the Stream Friends bump.
It's not so much a bump as like a black hole that sucks in all the positive things and returns
that's what Stream Friends has been to me. Yes, you're describing it perfectly. That's what this stream has always been to me. A black fucking hole. Thanks, Janine.
I think Dave just has a keyword search for Greenlight, and when anyone ever sasses Greenlight, he just knocks a couple of votes off just to show him who's in control.
Just don't forget. I can't buy that. But I made it up here.
You're one mission away from finishing this demo.
So close. Could it happen?
Oh, Phil, is that why you're exploding so much? Because you really want to draw out the experience?
Yeah, well, yes.
It's really considerate of you.
Yeah, it's a very nice thing to do.
I don't like it when you sass me, Janine. Alright, let's do this. Hi.
Giorgio, can we go somewhere private to chat?
I like that people change clothes.
Me too.
So that's
no games do that.
That's Jillian Carroll who plays Beth. She's an amazing actress, and she came up from LA to film with us, and she brought up a suitcase just literally filled with about a month's worth of 70s clothes, and they're all clothes she owns as well. So she basically is perfect for the role. We don't have to do any wardrobing or anything. It's fantastic.
Are these rabbits that I'm running over?
Yes, those are rabbits you're running over because I'm a monster.
Goblins of the forest. That's what I call them.
Super strung out,
I mean, other than just regular goblins that live in the forest sometimes.
But also live
Yeah. Behind that, they're the goblins of the forest.
Goddamn forest gavos. Tolvo in the chat says, Phil, you say Stream Friends is like a black hole jokingly, but dark, face noir, beyond two souls. I mean, you're not far off, and I just want Dan to know what company we've put Roundabout in.
Look, I knew what I was getting into this when I knew Phil was behind it. Like, I braced.
I just can't take that kind of stress every time you draw.
I like that it's like because Phil was behind. It's not even like anything about actual knowledge of the stream. It's just Phil's involved, so I know.
I'm like, who are the kind of people who'd be friends with Phil? Okay, yeah, this is what's going to be happening.
Oh,
Mickey wants to take things to the edge. Beth wants Giorgio alive. Ronaldo wants Giorgio dead. No good can come of any of this. Find out the thrilling conclusion later this year in Roundabout.
Pretty good.
it's good. That was very good. So,
Previously,
I'm gonna just jump back in as we wrap up.
Teamed up with
So it said Xbox One and personal computers. Is that confirmed the only platforms, or is it possible it could come to other stuff?
We're still working that out. Like, I don't want to do the standard stay tuned thing. We're trying to work out what we can do, A, for launch, because we're just two people.
Yep.
And also, like, navigating what's possible, what's not possible, things like that. So as soon as we know, we'll probably actually know what our launch day platforms are around the same time as we know our launch date. So that'll hopefully be soon.
And I assume launch date probably. You can change the hats. Hats.
Yeah, hats are in my build, but not your build.
Wait, look at all those horns,
Yeah,
Phil.
I need to go back in. Oh, that's a good one. That's I like that a lot. Great. Oh, the awesomeness detector doesn't do anything.
Oh, I guess it didn't detect you. I'm sorry.
Boom!
Oh.
High five, Dan. Also, in my mind, I just slapped Phil's textbooks out of his hand.
To be honest, it's really, I shouldn't have had those in my hand while I was playing the game.
No.
It explains a lot of why I kept crashing. Unnecessary in all respects.
If there's one thing that's kind of it's turned into my legacy as a game developer, it's awesomeness detection, stage kit support, and oh god, what's the last one? Oh, the Bladder of Steel achievement. So I need to figure out what our Bladder of Steel equivalent is for Roundabout.
Oh boy.
So this is Roundabout, though. And you mentioned release date. You guys don't have anything decided for sure at the moment?
Yeah, we're shooting for later this year. We obviously want to not release December 31st, because that'd be terrible. But we want to get it out as soon as possible.
Great, confirmed December 31st. Yep. Roundabout. You know what? Come out. You should really, if you're going to go head-to-head with Call of Duty anyways.
Yeah.
Just come out the same day Call of Duty does.
Gilbert Gottfried versus Kevin Spacey. I like it.
There it is.
It's a timeless rivalry.
Yeah. We have a full facial mocap for Gilbert. Not in this build, obviously, but the front of the limousine is actually all facial mocaps to match his unique expression.
Oh. It sure is. I can kind of see it.
Yeah. Now that you've said it, I can't not see it.
Once again, remind people. I think
Yes.
There's a bunch of links going off in the chat, but once again, I wanted to remind people, please go to vote for this in Greenlight. It needs your votes.
Yeah, vote for us in Greenlight. We're also greenlightthunderdome.com for Greenlight, roundabout.game.com for pre-orders and for our cool announce video, menofgamedev.com if you like half-naked men. That we could use your help in our Kickstarter that's running right now. I think that's all the URLs I have stuff attached to right now.
Yeah, and I just, this isn't an official review, obviously. I can't say that, because Dan hasn't paid me any money yet. So it's not I'm not going to attach a score.
I just give the check to Arthur, right? He handles it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can send it to Arthur, you can send it to Chris Grant, you can send it to Justin McElroy, anyone, really.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
I've been in this industry. I know you guys take, check and MasterCard. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We sometimes it's nice to just get some cash, just cold hard cash.
Yeah.
But so this is not an official review, but I will say from what I've played of this demo so far, this game's super fun. I'm really enjoying it, And it seems like, again, like I'd mentioned, the kind of thing where it seems like the type of game that's really going to reward mastery. It's going to reward, like, as you actually learn to play it better than I'm playing it, and as you learn the town, as you learn the layout of things, and learn, try and figure out, like, okay, what's the fastest way that I can go through this mission? What's the, what's the fastest way to do this side thing to get the most amount of money? So it's worth, at the very least, it is worth your Greenlight vote. It deserves to be on Steam. I mean, look at the kind of shit that's on Steam already. Why shouldn't this be there?
I'm just going to put that as our Steam Greenlight quote from now on, is this deserves to be on Steam. I mean, look at the kind of shit that's on Steam already.
Exactly, right?
Phil Kohler, Polygon.com.
If you want to use that as a cover quote.
Yeah, I'm actually going to update the Greenlight page after this stream.
Great. Thanks again for joining us, Dan. Where can people find you on Twitter, by the way?
I am Delicious Bees on Twitter. We have tons of Twitter handles. You want Twitter handles?
I do.
I am Delicious Bees. Panzer is Panzer Skank. We're also at No_Goblin and Roundabout Game. Men of Game Dev is another Twitter handle.
Bob Rocks 79 says, "Is Roundabout going to become a yearly franchise like Madden?"
Obviously, I can't confirm or deny.
Who's the cover driver for Roundabout 2015?
Well, I think we're probably going to give it to No Goblin Montreal next year. See what they can bring to the franchise, and then we'll roll into a big 9-person team, a 9-studio team, I should say. After that,
it's a 9-person and 9 studio.
Yeah,
it's one person per studio.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the indie way, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thanks again for letting us check this out and for joining us on the stream, sir. And we'll definitely have to check out more when the game comes out officially.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Gilbert Gottfriend in the chat. Who says, "The recording process was grueling, but Dan is a pleasure to work with. I just want everyone to know this is a product I really believe in, not some Affleck bullshit."
Excellent. Thank you, Gilbert. For everybody watching, we will be we're gonna, Austin and Janine and I will be back in like probably 5 minutes. We have something else that we're gonna check out for a little bit tonight. And in the meantime, check out streamfriends.tv. That's where you can find archives for the stream. Eventually, if I ever fix this hard drive that broke, that has all of our archives. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check out twitch.tv/streamfriends. If you're watching this on YouTube, it means that I did fix that. So congratulations, Phil.
You could just move it from Twitch, though.
Yeah, listen, not all of my stuff's on Twitch.
Well, this is, though. They'll see this.
Oh, this?
Not
yeah,
all.
this.
Unless you're planning to delete it immediately.
I normally do.
Oh my god, stop bickering. We have company.
Perfect. We made Dan cry. We nailed it. That's exactly what we're looking for. All right, we'll be back. Thanks again for watching, everybody.